We did a story last week about Teslas running over children. We were called out for being biased and having an agenda, an anti-Tesla agenda. So today, we're going to set the record straight on this Not So Critical update. The story we talked about last week made headlines across the country about how a researcher, Dan O'Dowd, found that Teslas would just run down children in the crosswalks, and caught our attention. We talked about it, had some fun with the story, mocked Tesla. Some people commented on our video that we were being misleading, deceitful. We had our own agenda. We were anti-Tesla. Peter is. Don't let me misrepresent. But they had a point. So it turns out there are a couple things wrong with the story. And this video that I have up, I'm not going to play it, but Dr. Know-It-All Knows It All did a really good breakdown of some of the problems with that study that was done by this guy. And I can break down a couple things, but Peter, what is our responsibility to Tesla in the name of journalism, which we definitely are journalists?
Well, first of all, I'd like to distance myself from this shoddy reporting by my co-host here, because I was not around for this particular recording. And I'd like to think that, we might have held ourselves to a slightly higher standard, guys.
That's a good point. You are the responsible one. You would have researched it thoroughly. Come prepared. Yep. Yeah, I am embarrassed.
And I apologize on behalf of the podcast to anyone out there who was offended by the inaccurate tone and of the. However, that said, I do think Tesla is an overpriced, overhyped
piece of shit.
Owned by a narcissist megalomaniac who's just trying to be his own little Iron Man. But that aside, I think tomato.
Yeah. All of which may be true.
May be true that he just cares about himself. Really, just is investing in the other people's technology and to make himself look good, because he made a bunch of money off a PayPal deal that he did like a decade ago or longer, but whatever.
However,
that firmly shunted to one side, so it's no longer in the view of anybody who's watching this.
No reason to talk about it further.
No, I don't know. I mean, if we were to sort of bring up the fact that he named his child and like illegible glyph just for his own amusement, and without a care in the world for his kids, future life at school, or it was just basically a stoned dare that he called a human being, then that probably would, it's unrelated. That's what I'm saying.
Sure. And not even getting to his sexual misconduct allegations or casual market manipulation.
Yeah.
Again, all that aside.
Just also, let's not forget, like, small details. Yeah. But, like, the fact that he just purchased all of these companies that he claimed to have founded and really just inflated the stock price through big words and bullshit talks. But, like, no. It's fine. It's fine. Anyway.
Okay. So maybe we have an agenda. Nonetheless, so to tie it back to the original story was this guy had done a study where they proved that Tesla in full self-driving mode would not stop for children in a crosswalk. So this channel, Dr. Know-It-All Knows It All, I don't know what his credentials are, but the video is very compelling. Seemed to get a lot of attention. Clearly a doctor, conveniently appropriately named. It really breaks down a couple things, and there are a couple key points. One in the original, one in the original video is they show the approach to the test site from inside the vehicle, but then they cut to outside the vehicle, and the timing is off. So that's suspicious.
Interesting.
The two specific things that he points out, though, about the Tesla that might invalidate this test is that you can see even from this screenshot that the testing area is lined by cones on either side. So that will tell the car that it can't swerve to avoid the child. It's being funneled into the child. And the other piece is that there is a warning on the screen that tells you that if you are in full self-driving mode and you have your foot on the gas, it will not stop the car automatically because you're forcing the car to go forward, not on the gas, presumably the accelerator pedal. What's the gas pedal called in an electric vehicle? At any rate, he looks at this video and demonstrates that actually is on the screen. So the two claims are that they've eliminated the ability of the car to swerve by boxing it in, and they are overriding the braking that would prevent hitting the child by staying on the gas through the impact.
Interesting. This feels like a Snopes article where the conclusion is, well, yeah, duh, because, but I mean, much as I don't like Mr. Musk, Teslas are kind of cool. And I would have thought the people who made it would have thought of something like this. So yeah, you put two together and it kind of makes sense.
Well, I think an even worse part that is played out now is that you have people testing this failure with real
Live
children.
Yeah, that's terrible.
So that too.
Pretty bad, if you ask me. Not because I don't even know what to say at that point. How dumb you have.
Wait, hang on. What? I think you're not taking the piss. There's actually kids in the road.
There's videos of this.
Oh my fucking god!
People do.
So, humanity, another win. I think that I agree with Peter. Tesla has some really cool technology, but they're going to have to overcome a lot of issues, a lot of production issues, a lot of production failures to remain the leader in the EV space. In my opinion, this is facts. Because other companies are going to copy you and do it way better. Lucid comes to mind. Lucid Motors, they've been like working on a Tesla competitor for, I'm pretty sure, a decade, and it looks and feels and drives, from what I've read, way better than Tesla. So, and then let's not forget, at the end of the day, Tesla is not a car company. They're a data company. That's a fact. So,
really? I did not know that. Didn't realize that.
Why? How? You didn't connect that they're the biggest collector next to Google and probably Apple of mapping?
Do you know what? That actually did escape me, and it doesn't surprise me at all. But
imagine you come out with a new self-driving car. Are you not going to use the most comprehensive map, Tesla?
Yeah.
When I think of Tesla, I identify them as very much more associated with the self-driving technology than with the electric technology.
Exactly.
Really?
And the self-driving is driven by, no pun intended, driven by data.
Which is the part of it I'm much more
literally and
attracted
figuratively.
to, honestly. Yeah.
Oh, 100% same. If I don't have to drive again and I can read or watch a TV show or sleep in my car and I have to use Tesla's maps, great, whatever. But there are still some major problems that are going to have to be overcome.
Yeah. Side note, I think I read today that California is pushing for legislation that would require all vehicles to be electric after 2035.
2035, yes, that is pretty amazing.
I don't know if it was all vehicles on the road. I think it was just all vehicles sold. Right?
Yeah, I think all new vehicles being sold had to be electric by 2035, which is awesome.
Do you know it's amazing, but my first reaction was too late. That's 12 years away, and I think we may have melted down by then.
But it's been proven, if you want to go that route, Peter, it's been proven that we can reverse climate change with filters, which I believe China has deployed and a few other countries have deployed, where they just are basically sucking back all the bullshit we've spewed into the air.
Okay, that's another episode.
How irreparable is it? I don't know. But
also, it's 12 years away, but as goes California, so goes the country on a lot of that kind of stuff, because the car manufacturers, in order to sell in California, will have to do that everywhere, essentially.
Yeah, exactly. And all states follow California. Not all. Majority of states follow California when it comes to.
Okay, I'm not. Guys, calm down. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm saying it's a good thing. I just don't
hate nature.
You're also Peter. You're also looking at it too literal by the 2035 deadline. That's a deadline. All of these car makers are going to have to reach that by 2035. They can't flip the switch 2035 January 1st.
No. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. No, it's not. What's going to happen is that... No. They're going to wait until the last possible moment. They're going to say, we're not ready. Then they're going to get an extension because
it's not profitable for them, Peter. It's not profitable for them.
Companies. I don't... Okay, we'll see. This is a long game, but I don't
majority of these car companies...
the environment.
Yeah, he hates nature. Yeah. Majority of companies are already switching over to EV only. I forget who it was. Was it Audi that are like, we're only coming out with electric cars going forward? Like,
yeah, there's a bunch of them.
I think
this is just, we'll just be driving electric in the next decade.
I think we should.
We were very non-discriminating with the original Tesla story. We totally took it at face value and ran with it. We didn't do any additional research. So in this segment, we are rectifying that by citing the first YouTube search result that I found that disputes that article, and we will call it even.
That's it. Hands
problem solved.
See you next time.